Okay, welcome to JCE Connect. In the previous class, we were discussing about uh, the sewer appurtenances. So, this sewer appurtenances are very important as the examination point of view. Um, when it comes to the sewer appurtenances, of course, these are the parts of the sewer network. We can say appurtenances. We can say in some other words like um, um, it is the parts of the sewer lines. So, um, if I say, of course, it is used for uh, in most of the um, municipal corporations, district headquarters, um, and very less used in village networks. Of course, they are not that much um, important as the point considered in the villages, because the village the flow is very less and most of the villages are built with the um, decentralized systems. If I say it is a decentralized system, um, means each of the houses are having their own type of disposal systems, like septic tank, septic tank, and soak pit. You might all know this. So normally they are going to discharge their waste in either it is in septic tanks or small community-based type of systems will be there to treat the wastewater. So there, the very less importance has to be given for the sewer appurtenances. So when the sewage is flowing, the sewer line contains a large number of impurities that we already discussed. That is in the form of silt, that is a fat, oils, rags, etc. Under normal flows, they are not likely to settle and choke the sewers. But during a small flows, uh, the self-cleansing velocity is not likely to develop, and the chances of choking of sewers are increased. Choking in the sense, whatever um, the impurities, fats, oils will be there, they should exist in the sewer line itself if the proper self cleansing velocity is not maintained. So when I say it is a self cleansing velocity, we have to maintain 0.45 meter per second to, that is, zero point 0.9 meter per second. So in between you have to maintain this, and it should not be less also, it should not be more also. What will happen is that uh, uh, if the self cleansing velocity is more, then uh, it will scour the inner portion of the sewer. That should not happen. That we can call it as the non-scouring velocity. So if you are maintaining in between 0.45 meter per second to 0.9 meter per second, then normally we are not going to lose um, uh, either the bottom portion of the pipe and silt, whatever the fats will be removed from the pipeline itself. So, of course, this whatever the choking problem we are talking about, it has to be removed time to time, and the facilities should be provided on the sewer lines for this purpose. Therefore, for proper functioning and to facilitate the maintenance of the sewage system, various additional structures. What we are talking about, additional structures means it is appurtenances. It is nothing but appurtenances. So if the smooth movement of the sewage has to happen in the sewer, so some of the additional structures, what we are calling about the appurtenances, has to be constructed on the sewer lines. So these structures are known as the sewer appurtenances. We'll see which are those things and what are things are important in our sewer appurtenances. So next, first one is that is a manhole. Second one is inlets. The third one is the catch basins. Fourth one is flushing devices. Fifth one is the regulators. Uh, Sixth one is inverted siphons. And the seventh one is oil and grease traps, lamp hole, leaping weirs, and junction chambers. Of course, we'll study all these things one by one in detail in the further slides. So, of course, the manholes, it is made up of RCC as well as the masonry chambers constructed on the sewer line to facilitate a man to enter the sewer line and to make the necessary inspection and the repairs. Of course, the two purpose it is going to serve, that is first one, that is the inspection, and the second one is the repairs. Suppose if you want to repair or the sewer lines, if you are constructing without manholes, it is highly impossible to inspect as well as the repair wherever the breakage has happened. Of course, these are fitted with suitable cast iron covers so that whatever the load which is transferring on to the um, manhole, it has to be protected with the help of the cast iron covers. The manholes should be installed at every points where there is a change in the direction. This is very important. Then what exactly the location of this manholes is? First one, wherever the changes in the direction is there, for example, junctions, it is highly required because there the road direction is going to change, as well as whatever the sewer networks are going to join at that point. And it has to be made in the change in the pipe size, second location. Wherever the change in the location of the pipe is there, or the pipe size, there it has to be installed. Then considerable change in the gradient has to happen. Wherever the gradient is going to change, there you have to provide. Then the question may be asked in this way also. Uh, where the location of the manholes, where exactly these things has to be provided. The manholes, whatever these are installed at every points, of course you can see it is around 50 meters or sometimes 100 kilometers one manhole, that is also fine, but most of the time we'll go ahead with the 40 meters 30 meters on one manholes has to be provided, because what will happen is that if any breakage is going to happen in between these two 40 or 50 meters, it has to be rectified very easily, because if you don't provide, then we don't know where exactly the leakage is going to happen, where exactly the repair has to be happen. That has to be very difficult and it has to be analyzed in a proper manner. So of course, IS codes are already available. If you refer the IS codes for the construction of the manholes for the sewer network, there they have already mentioned that it is ranging from 30 meter to 60 meters interval that can be provided. So then, of course, this is the construction of the manhole cover. In this, you can see that this one is the working chamber, and these are the steels, and these are the shaft. This one is offset. If you see this at the bottom portion, it is a little bit wider compared to the top one, and whatever it is there, this is what the main sewer. If any branch sewer is there, it has to be connected to the main sewer. and they have made it benching, and this is made up of RCC. This you already seen it. Uh, then why the steps are provided means for the inspection purpose. Suppose if you want to repair it, the person who will come and he will repair and he will inspect it. If any leakages are there, he will repair it, and he will um, provide with the suitable suggestions what can be done. Of course, if you see the Viva section of this is what the Viva section. If you see this, it is looking like this section Viva. So of course, whatever the ground level it will be there, just um, uh, 15 to 20 inches below this, they are going to provide it, and they are going to provide the manhole cover, which is made up of steel, so that if any uh, uh, load is going to transfer, it should not be transferred to the manhole, and it has to be transported to the ground level itself. That is how it has to be designed. And almost all the things, the size will be of this shape normally. If you see the manholes, it will be of uh, this space only. Slightly it will be there, so that whatever the things will be there, like that. It's not exactly like this. Slightly it is of like this, it will be there, so that whatever the load is there, it has to be transport into this direction. Suppose if you construct it this way, then directly the load is going to transfer. To avoid that, we'll see the how exactly the construction is going to happen in the next slides. um, of course, this table gives the spacing of the manholes recommended by the IS code, what I already said, that up to dia 0.3 meters. Of course, it depends on the diam, and these are the recommended spaces. Of course, up to 300 meters, they will provide it. So these are some of the recommended guidelines for uh, for for the spacing of the manholes. The remaining things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.